Hello, welcome to Cartomancy Mesquite. I'm Angela. Today, what I want to do is give you just a quick show on the standard layouts to do some readings. I'm going to give you 3 different layouts that you can do and you can use over the weekend. You can read your family, friends, and that'll give you something to do and help you to learn how to read the cards quite a bit. But first, I want to make an announcement that Diana and I won't be available tomorrow for Oracle Garden readings. We may pop up on Monday and do them because Easter's getting a little complicated. We both got family coming in that we didn't expect. So we will see you on Monday probably. Okay, the first reading I want to show you is the yes or no answers. Yes or no starts with your 2 of clubs. That's your question card. You place it upright in front of you like that, and then you ask a simple yes or no question. I think I'm going to ask, am I going to Spain this year? Oh, forgot to clear my cards. How I clear my cards is I go, and then I shuffle them 3 times. Boy, I'm really holding on to these cards today. I can see that isn't working well for me. Okay, now you cut the cards 3 times into 3 piles toward you with your left hand. 1, 2, 3. And then for the immediate energies around you, I've got a dark young man. That's going to be Daniel. He's coming to visit. Let's see if I can show you. He's going to be coming to visit for Easter. Like I said, unannounced visitors for Easter. And that he's going to be very happy. There's the happiness card. And then that's him. He's happy to see some people. It's people that he thinks a lot of. So it's going to be a good Easter, I think. Then you want to take 3 cards off the top and then set 1 at the bottom. Then 3 more off the top. 1 to the left. Take 3 cards off. 1 to the top. 1, 2, 3. 1 to the side. And then 1 across. Okay, what you end up with is 6 cards. And the simplest way, what's usually the first thing I do is I count the cards. How many dark, how many light? Here I've only got 2 red cards. The reds are yeses, the blacks are no's. So no, I'm not going to Spain this year. Okay, in the case of a tie, you know, if you have 3 red and 3 black, you want to look at what those cards say and read what they say. And then you want to read all of the cards together and see exactly what it says about the answer to the question. Because sometimes you'll ask a question and it's not quite a yes or no question. I've done that before where you realize later that it wasn't quite as cut and dried yes or no. And it may give you an answer still in just the reading of the cards that are around this. And that'll help you out a lot. Here I've got a widow at the top, crowning the reading. I've got good luck to the right. I've got somebody's going to tell a lie, and it's going to be a pleasant surprise. The funny part is it would be a pleasant surprise to catch somebody in a lie. I always think that's so funny. It's generally Noah, my grandson, and he's just a hoot. He'll tell silly things. He'll make up silly stories. And then the 9 of clubs is additional years apart. So I haven't seen this widow, and I could tell it's the widow because she's the only person, strictly speaking, in this reading, in that the Jack is good luck at this point. And the widow, I haven't seen her in a long time, and it's going to be additional years before I see her. So that's how you read a yes or no question. And that was a definite no. I'm not going to Spain. And then we do another reading, another layout. Is the standard 1 year reading, and it's not always 1 year. You've got to go by what you read, and you've got to read your gut. You use your gut, your intuition, and you look at the people involved. And the nice thing about this way of reading is that once you get comfortable with it and you learn who the people are and what the descriptions are for the people, you can generally tell who it is in your family or your friends. You can tell who it is in your reading. I love that part. It makes things a lot less complicated because you can, most of the time, after you've done it for a while, you can most of the time tell exactly who it is in your reading. Okay. This is just the general reading. And there's going to be an unpleasant surprise very soon. It's already come. I'm having tech issues today. And then I'm going to find out about a relative having an affair. I know who that is. And she's going to have legal matters because of it. She's going to get in trouble legally, which is quite normal for the person I'm thinking of. Then we take 3 off the top. And we lay 1 down. 3 off the top. Lay 1 down. 3 off the top. Lay 1 down. And every once in a while, you're going to miscount. In that case, you just start all over. You read them, you shuffle them and cut them again. I would clear them too. And when I'm reading in a crowded space or like at a party, I'll oftentimes take these 3 and put them under my index finger to keep a hold of them, especially when there's a lot of movement around. Like if you're reading at a party, you want to hold on to them. Now this reading, you're going to read the first 5 cards. I got the Ace of, let me grab these. Okay, it says I'm going to be giving someone a gift. That's the gift card. It's reversed. I'm going to give somebody a gift. It's going to be a boy. And then I'm going to sign papers for someone about something. I'm going to get an unpleasant surprise. by an older man. And that's all kind of one event here. I'm going to give a gift to a young dark man and sign papers. There's going to be an unpleasant surprise at the time from a older man. And I usually don't pick all these up like this. I just read them on the table. But then you're going to take this card, and you're going to take up the next 4 cards. That's 5 cards you'll be reading. Now this says that there's an older man and a younger guy, probably 20s, 30s. And they're both someone I think a lot of. They're going to be successful at something, and I'm going to find out about it. So I guess I've got some good news going on for Easter. Okay, then the next third of this reading, you take that 2 from the end. I got to learn how to handle these on the screen a little better. The 2 is that I'm going to find out about something, and that's going to be about something about a fair boy. And it's going to be something about something that happened in his home, because his home is there. There's the 10 of Hearts. Then we've got me being angry about it. That's kind of strange, but we'll run with it. Oh, it's a legal matter. So he's going to develop a little bit of a legal matter in his home. And I'm going to find out about it. And I'm usually do get angry when my kids get in trouble. I'm the first one to go after whoever's giving them problems. Okay, then you pick the whole stack up after you've read all those in that manner. You pick the whole stack up and you shuffle them again. You shuffle the 13 that you had laying on the table. And this is where you get your timing in this reading. Oh, hi, Andrea. Glad to see you. This one you're going to want to watch the whole thing. I'm giving 3 basic layouts so you can actually start reading your cards today. Oh, I'm getting dry. Okay, you take the first 3 off the top and you lay them at the top, because that's going to be a year out. Then you take the next 3, you lay them down a little bit. That's going to be your 9 months. The next 3 are 3 months. Okay, 12, 9, no, that's 6 months. Then 3 months, then immediately. Now that isn't set in stone, because there are times when you can read the cards and you can see that that's just one incident. Or you can see that things are coming faster than a year, just by what you read. Because by the time you get really good at this, you're going to know exactly who each one of these people are in the reading. You know who they are in your life, generally, unless it's a stranger. But you'll know if one of these is a relative or a friend. And that's one of the big things I really like about this, is that you can really nail it down as to who it is, what they're doing, and where they're going. Now, I have a generous man coming, and I know who that is already. My next door neighbor called me just a little while ago, and he's coming over. Hi, Tabitha. Okay, and he'll be coming over. He's bringing my bowls from the last time I took him spaghetti, and I have to give him his, where is it? Come here. I got to give him his socket that he left in my garage when he was helping me fix my stairs. That's Glenn. And then next I have the 3 months out. I have that I'm going to sign papers and find out about an unpleasant surprise. So I've got an unpleasant surprise coming about that regards the signing of papers with the Ace of Diamonds. And that's coming up pretty quick. So I don't know what that is, but I'll handle it. I always do. And then I have a legal matter that involves a dark boy. And looks like I'm going, where is it? There's my ace. Yes. I'm going to give him a gift. Now that's going to be my grandson on Easter. I'm going to be taking him a crystal. He loves rocks. He's a little rock hound like I am. Now, the legal matter is probably going to be something silly. He'll ask me a question about, oh, what happens if this breaks? What do I do? And then I'll explain the legalities regarding guarantees. That little kid's going to know more about law than most people that get out of law school by the time I'm done with him. But he loves asking questions like that. He asks questions about pretty much everything. And then here's a fair boy. Here's a fair boy. I'm going to be angry. And he's someone I think a lot of. That's the 4. So I can't think of who that boy is, but I'll figure it out pretty quick. And then I have success in someone else's home with a dark boy. So I'm going to be explaining something to him, and I will get it through to him. That's generally what happens. That's a standard situation in my readings. You'll have things that you can, when you get to where you've practiced a lot, you can tell exactly what situations are when you read these. And when you get to know your standard readings for your friends or your relatives, you'll know what's going on in their life too. And I mean to the real detail. And that's not where we're still not done yet. You're still marking your cards, Andrea? Oh, when you practice, that's when the real fun starts. Anyway, what you're going to look for is where you've got cards together. Now, when you get doubles and triples, you'll read them too, and the surrounding cards. Here we've got 3 jacks. I got to look because I haven't got 3 jacks in 4 years. Okay, 3 jacks are jury duty or a big court case. And that's a walls up way off. I'm going to say they're probably going to ask me to do jury duty again. And mainly when it's the way they're sitting is how you read them or how you follow how bad things are going to be. See, these jacks, there's 1 jack here, 1 jack here, and 1 jack here. They aren't all together. So it's not going to be a big court case because the jacks have to be together for you to be in court. The jacks can be a man in uniform or a big court case. You know, when you have 1 or 2, it could be a man in uniform. If they're the older ones, the ones that are 20s to 30s, yeah, it could be a guy in uniform. But with these 3 spread out like that, it's not going to be a good big court case. It's going to be something else. And then we have 2 aces, but they're of different colors. So it really doesn't amount to much. And you'll learn this through reading, the repetition of reading, you'll learn how this works. And I can tell that this is going to be a shorter period than a year, because right here I'm giving a gift to a young boy. And he's going to ask me about a legal matter. That's going to be on Sunday. So that's how I can tell it's an accelerated time frame for this particular reading. Otherwise, when you're first reading someone, you're basically going to get a full year reading out of this, unless you can see where it's going to happen quicker just by the events in it. And then another facet you would read is, which way are these jacks facing? None of them are facing each other, so they're not going to be together. That's another way you can eliminate the court case. So this can get pretty detailed. It can get extremely detailed. That's why we'll need to practice a lot. Okay, now we're done with that general read. Now I'm going to show you a reading you can do for just a particular person. Okay. How about that widow that was in my reading? You can put a signifier out for the person. The person you know, you can put a signifier card out. You pick out the card that represents them. And then you can do a reading this way. And then you clear your cards. You shuffle 3 times. You cut them into 3 piles with your left hand toward you. And then you get the immediate surrounding energies. It says, I'm going to go over water, travel over water. Someone will sign papers or ask me to sign papers. And it's going to be that person I'm going to have several years apart from. Again. And that answer will probably be no. I don't sign papers for anybody. And then, just like before, we take 3 off the top. We put her there because she's the first one. Three off the top. And you do it pretty much like the general read, except this is more detailed in that you've identified the subject of the reading. Okay. 5, 5, 5. Okay. And then just like the general read, we pick up the first 5. Okay, that's not who I thought it was. The Queen of Spades as the widow is not the person I was thinking of. This widow is my enemy. and I'm going to get angry with her. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be a dark girl there, and it's going to be a fight about some legal problems. That I can't imagine unless she's having legal problems. It would have to be her with the legal problems, because I don't have anything going at the moment, and we're reading about her. Since we're reading about her and it's upright, that's definitely her legal problems. The same goes for the Nine of Spades. It's upright and it says fight. She's going to be the one to want to fight, but I'll be involved in it from the look of these cards. And those are other types of details you can get out of these cards. Okay, we're going to take the fifth card, grab up the next four, and we're going to read those together. So we've got, okay, this person is going, she's got a legal thing coming up, but she's going to be happy about it. It has to do something to do with being out of work, so she may end up getting money as a result of the legal problem. And a dark boy will be around when we discuss this. And she's going to suffer a loss, but reading the prior cards, I would say that loss isn't going to be large. It's going to be a small loss. Then we take the fifth card, which is that 5, and we pick up the next 4 cards. I miscounted a little bit, so we'll survive that. Okay, there's a loss, anger, restlessness, gossip, and there's 3 5s in there. So I'm going to have to look that up because I don't get those very often. You will when you start reading for other people. When you read for other people, you'll do a lot. But since COVID, I haven't read much for anybody else. I used to do parties and everything, and it has gone by the wayside. Okay, 3 5s. 2 of them are red. So a relative is having a love affair. Yeah, I believe that's right. Yes. A relative is having a love affair. There's going to be gossip about it, and somebody's going to be angry. So this is a definite love affair for a relative. And I think I know who that is too. Yep. And the 2 is gossip when it's reversed. That's your question card for when you ask yes or no questions. But in reverse, it's gossip. So this is going to be talked about. A relative having a love affair is going to be talked about. There's going to be gossip about it. And thank you, Tabitha. Thank you for typing those up. I'm going to see what I can do to get them printed out or put in a PDF file so that I can make it available to everybody. Tabitha typed up all of the triples and doubles. I don't type, so it would take me about a year to get them all typed out. Okay, then you take all of those cards that we just read, and just like the general reading, you shuffle these, and then you lay them out in the yearly format. That's your year. That's at 9 months. That's 6. This is 3 months. And this is immediate. So it's a dark girl. She's going to be fighting about being out of work. She's going to have an argument with somebody. There's a legal problem. She's going to suffer a small loss. The widow is going to suffer a small loss due to this legal problem. The fives are all very close, so she's going to be the one having the love affair. She's going to be happy about the affair, but she's going to develop an enemy over it. She's kind of angry and restless about something to do with this young boy, and there's going to be gossip around it. So this is going to play out over a longer period. And I can tell just by what the major elements of the reading are. This love affair is stretched out for 9 months. And yeah, it's 9 months just because it's stretched out like that. And that gives you an idea of how you determine whether a reading is going to be for a year or for a more compressed period of time. If all the fives were right here, I would say this is nearly one event. If all the fives were right across here, I would say it's going to happen within 30 days. The whole thing will play out just because all the fives were right here at the 3-month level. If they were all at the 6 months, I would say it would take 6 months. And at the 9-month level, because the last 5 is here in the 9 months, I would say that's how long it's going to play out. And that's your reading for a specific person. I had pulled out the widow. She was the subject of the reading, and this all involves her. And she's right in the middle of the 9 months. She's at the 6-month level, so she's right in the middle of things. She's already involved in this situation. And that's your 3 readings. 3 different ways you can read the cards. And you can have fun over the weekend doing this. I talked to Diana, and our Oracle Garden readings we're going to push off till Monday because both of us are getting a little more involved in Easter than we thought we were going to be. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. But I will see you then. And you can watch this over and over until you think you've really got it, and then start reading for everybody. And you don't have to watch it too many times to even start reading for anybody. You just start doing it. When you start doing it, you get used to it. So that's the best way, is to go head first and straight into it. You might want to listen to this one more time before you start reading people. And that would give you something fun to do over the weekend. Okay? You're welcome, Tabitha. And thank you all for being here. It's going to be a good weekend. Love you guys. Bye-bye.